Hello everybody, my name is Nate Bukaty and I am the match commentator for Sporting Kansas City, and today I'm here to acknowledge one of my heroes who works in the healthcare community right now. And I didn't have to go far because my hero is my wife, Kelly Bukaty, who is a physical therapist who works in geriatric care right now, which means that she is really helping our elderly population stay out of the emergency room and stay out of the hospital. And I can tell you firsthand that she's my hero right now because while my kids and I are staying at home to stay safe, she is going out into the workforce every day, going into people's homes, risking her own health and safety to treat people who have just come home from the hospital, need help getting out of wheelchairs, need help learning how to walk again, and things that are really important to our society. She doesn't know what she's walking into every time she goes into one of those homes. So for that, she's my hero. Thanks for joining us, Kelly. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about what it is that you do that I didn't tell everybody already.
So I'm a home health physical therapist. When somebody goes to the hospital, sometimes they aren't well enough to go home on their own. They need extra services, so they might need nursing care, physical therapy, occupational therapy, medical, social worker, a home health aide. So I'm just one of the members of the team that goes out to support them to make sure that once they're discharged from the hospital, they can safely stay in their home.
So I can tell you firsthand that she's working some really long days and nights. She's been coming home with paperwork and documenting up until 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, then getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning the next day and doing it all over again. And as I said, you're not necessarily treating COVID patients directly yourself, but you don't really know what you're walking into every time you walk into somebody's house. Is that stressful for you?
Sure. Yeah, you're correct. I mean, they have been out in a hospital, potentially with people that have had COVID. Since it's so hard to know if somebody's had it or not, the first time I walk into an evaluation, I have no idea. We have protocols in place. We call ahead, make sure they don't have any symptoms. We check their temperature. We obviously look for signs and symptoms if there would be. But like we all know, a lot of times there aren't. So yeah, it's always in the back of your mind that they may have it and they may not. And you kind of just have to go in, use standard precautions, all of the protective equipment that you may need for that visit, and give them the treatment that they need.
Of course, you talk about personal protective equipment, and I know the situation's gotten better here of late, but for the first several weeks of this crisis, you and your coworkers were kind of going in without any protection for quite a while, weren't you?
Yeah, so yeah, there was a run on some of the personal protective equipment. I will say at this point, my company has done an amazing job of making sure that we're safe in patients' homes. But you know, just like everybody else was having trouble getting their hands on disinfectant wipes, we were too. But I will say I was never in a situation where I felt like I didn't have what I needed. You know, on the other hand, though, a lot of times when you don't know if these people have it, they're back in their home. They think they're good and fine. I don't know that a lot of them stop to think that they could be a carrier of it. And so we try also not to scare them as we walk in. But now our standard precaution is to wear a surgical mask just like everybody else when they leave the home. We have gloves. If we feel like we get into the home and somebody does have symptoms, then we throw on all of our protective gear. And as of right now, I have plenty.
Well, we don't hear a lot of talk about physical therapists right now, but I'm here to tell you they deserve a lot of our love and respect and admiration as well, too, because people like my wife are then coming home to a family. We have 3 kids and a baby here at home that's still being breastfed, and the idea of breastfeeding your child when you're wearing a breathing mask to try to keep them safe is something that I never really thought that I would see. And when you come home, boom, it's right in the shower, wash all your clothes and try to make sure you keep everybody safe, right?
Yeah, so again, I've been lucky. I haven't treated anybody yet that has a positive diagnosis, and none of my direct patients have had even a presumptive positive case, but you don't know. So I treat myself as a big old germ when I come inside the house and take off my shoes and head straight up, even though everybody wants hugs and kisses, head straight up and get all changed and decontaminated, and then I can come back into the family.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kelly Bukaty is my hero. So we go with the jersey. I've got this year's Sporting Kansas City jersey, and we're putting our names on the back. And I went with the old soccer style, going with the first name. Kelly Bukaty is my hero, a physical therapist. We shouldn't forget about them. She's brave. She's going into homes every single day to try to keep people safe and help people out. And she's helping our family out as well. So she's our hero. And if you are a person who appreciates what's happening in the world right now, our healthcare providers are big heroes for all of us. So please do what you can to acknowledge them, appreciate them, and we'll keep this thing going, and we're going to come out on the other side of this thing A-OK.